Greetings and salutations. It's David Duford here at buylifeinsuranceforburial.com, where I help people like you get affordable life insurance coverage. So today's video is entitled The Official Guide to Getting Life Insurance with Arthritis. Most likely you're watching this video today because you have arthritis or some form of arthritis. Maybe it's rheumatoid arthritis or osteoarthritis or something like that. And you're just curious as to see what your life insurance options are. Perhaps you've been declined. You've been given an offer for coverage that's silly in pricing, and you're just seeing what your options are and doing your due diligence. So I'm glad you're here on this video. I think you're going to find some pretty useful information. And again, the idea here is to give you a lot of different options and ideas for coverage and to see if we could potentially help you out with getting you some quality life insurance coverage. So let's get started. So overview of what to expect today. I'm going to introduce you to myself and my company, discuss the types of arthritis we're going to get into, and also talk really straight up front if you can qualify for life insurance with arthritis. Then talk about the options potentially available, including term, permanent, and guaranteed issue. And then tell you how to apply and what the next steps are, assuming you want to apply. My name is David Duford. I'm the owner of buylifeinsuranceforburial.com. I have been a life insurance agent since 2011 and have helped over 3,000 families with their life insurance needs. I have a lot of different interests as well in the insurance business, so I'm also a published author of several books. The one most relevant to you is over here to the lower left-hand corner. It's called The Official Guide to Buying Final Expense Life Insurance. It's just a short pamphlet on how to help, how you can be helped on figuring out what options are available for you. I'm also a life insurance agency owner, so I go out and recruit and train agents to sell life insurance across the country, teach them the same material you're reviewing now to help them in their local communities. And then last but not least, I'm married and have 4 children, with really the 4th on the way at the filming of this. Probably about the time you're seeing this, we'll be here, and Ella will be here, and my wife will be happy the 3rd trimester in the pregnancy is over. So wish us luck. Okay, so let's talk about the types of arthritis that we're going to discuss. So first, we're really just going to be discussing 3, which more or less encompasses most arthritic issues, which is osteoarthritis, probably the most common, psoriatic arthritis, and rheumatoid arthritis. So our conversations will be focused on these. If you have some other sort of arthritis, you want some guidance here, just reach out to me and I can do some specific research. But most of you will fit into one of these 3. So can you qualify for life insurance? Well, the short answer is most likely yes if you have arthritis. And the long answer is it just depends on your age, depends on your other health issues, and really it just matters of taking a look at what you qualify for. So again, the thing here you have to understand is I can't say for 100% sure if you qualify for life insurance and have arthritis. I'm hopeful, depending on how you approach this business. You want to find somebody who's a broker like myself. I can shop it around for you, see which companies are available for you, because I don't represent just one company. So let's take a look at some options, because the thing here with life insurance is that there is no one-size-fits-all solution. I've trained agents for years, and one of the biggest things that I advocate is representing multiple companies. People have all sorts of health issues. Arthritis is just one. Maybe you have other health issues. I hope you don't. But a lot of people have other health insurance, or other health issues. And those other health issues may be good with one company, but may not be so much with another company. So it's important not to get started in your search for insurance and fixate on one company without knowing whether or not the insurance company is going to be most liberal and most understanding towards your health issues. So the thing is you got to figure out what life insurance option suits you best. And it's not just based on underwriting, it's also based on what your goals are. So you have to ask yourself, what do you want a life insurance plan to do for you? Do you want it to cover something like final expenses? Maybe you have arthritis and you're older and you just want enough to bury you. That's fine. All you'll need is a smaller plan. But you also need a permanent plan. We'll get into that in a little bit later, and I'll discuss the differences. Perhaps you have arthritis, you're older, and you have a spouse, and you've thought about what happens when your spouse dies and how that affects your livelihood. Maybe you need extra money to support the lifestyle that you want to live. So what we call an income replacement plan would be a great idea. Perhaps you have debt repayment that you need to take care of. Maybe you have a mortgage, maybe you have a loan, and you want those to be as fully paid off as you can if your spouse or yourself passes away. So some type of plan would be good in those circumstances too. So what budget do you have in mind? This is important too. Again, a lot of people that I do business with are on a fixed income. They get a pension, maybe a retirement plan, but they understand what it means to be fixed, right? When you only get one check a month or just two and you don't work, and you got to make sure every dollar you spend is economically used. So budget is very important to me, although I am a salesperson and I do want to sell policy to everybody I see. Certainly, I don't want to break the bank either and respect somebody's budget. Very important to me because it's more important than anything for you to buy insurance and keep it, not to just hold on to it and drop it in 6 months, waste of money. So there's several types of life insurance options available if you have arthritis and you're looking for some kind of life insurance. And in short, we have term, whole life, and guaranteed issue. We're going to talk in length about all three of these, but let's go ahead and get started with that. So term life insurance for people with arthritis. If you've never heard of term insurance or unclear as to what the meaning is, term insurance can be best understood as temporary coverage for temporary needs. So term insurance is something that won't last the entirety of your life. Potentially, you could outlive it. In fact, most term insurance is designed to be outlived. They take insurance companies will offer insurance with the hope that you outlive it so they don't have to pay a death claim. Of course, they will if you die before the term insurance is outlived, but you get the idea. So the benefits of term life insurance is you get level premiums and usually get the most coverage per dollar of premium. So this is important because it's important for you to understand term and life insurance is what we call pure insurance. So there's no cash value component to most term life insurance. And you usually get 5 to 10 times as much term life insurance compared to what you could get with permanent or whole life insurance. So, of course, the downside is that you may outlive it. So what circumstances with term life insurance make sense? Well, for example, if you have a mortgage is hopefully a temporary obligation. So a temporary insurance policy would make sense for that because hopefully you're going to outlive it and pay the mortgage off. Also, if you're younger and you're just looking for an income replacement plan and what if you die before you save enough money for retirement, term insurance is a good idea too as well. So, or if you just, you feel like you need about 10 more years to, if you're older in your 60s or even 70s and you'd like just some temporary coverage in case something pops up and you want to have a small little plan to cover it, or even a large one. That's something that is potentially available as well. There is tougher underwriting with a term life insurance plan than what we call simplified issue whole life. It's going to depend on the severity of the arthritis and how that would affect you. My experience has been if you have manageable arthritis, you may experience a rate up in premiums with term life insurance or any fully underwritten product that goes into detail about your health history. If you have minor arthritis, maybe not so much. Again, it just depends. Most of the problems and difficulty we see in approval processes for rapidly progressive rheumatoid arthritis will result in a higher chance for decline. I had a client that has rapidly progressing rheumatoid arthritis. She was using a wheelchair at one point. She receives lots of injections for rheumatoid arthritis, and she unfortunately was declined. And that was the worst case scenario, but hers is extremely severe. She has a family history of severe rheumatoid arthritis, of which her mother died as well. So these are some circumstances we're looking at. And the thing is we'll get to in a moment, she's actually still eligible for coverage with other companies. And you may be too if this was your situation. So again, this is term life insurance. Now let's take a look at whole life insurance for people with arthritis. So whole life insurance, if you've never heard of whole life, it's basically permanent coverage for permanent needs. So benefits of whole life include the rates never go up. The exception to this is universal life. If you don't get a guaranteed universal life plan, universal life plans have flexible premiums, which may go up, and many times they do, whereas a guaranteed universal life guarantees those premiums. You get first day full coverage potential with a whole life insurance plan. There are, what we'll get to in a moment, guaranteed issue plans that make you wait 2 years. And whole life insurance plans never cancel due to age or health. The biggest drawbacks to whole life insurance or permanent coverage is that the premiums are higher relative to term. So you're not going to get nearly as much coverage per dollar of premium investment, if you will, relative to term insurance if you buy permanent coverage. So why get it? Well, the biggest reason people buy whole life insurance is for permanent coverage concerns. For example, if you know you need money to bury you, why would you buy a term insurance plan if you may outlive it, right? Well, a whole life plan or a permanent plan provides guaranteed coverage. You know it's going to pay out as long as you pay in. So whole life has a place for those things that you know you need something for. You know you need coverage. You know that it's required. Term insurance would be, well, if you happen not to make it long enough to take care of the obligation. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Also, whole life insurance, the fully underwritten products that are guaranteed universal life products will have similar underwriting standards compared to term. And for some reason, let's say you've got severe arthritis, maybe you're wheelchair bound, maybe you require use of a walker, or you have rheumatoid arthritis in severe cases. And again, this is severe cases. You probably are going to have a little more flexibility with the simplified issue whole life product. Again, this is when we say simplified issue, that just means better underwriting standards in the sense that it's easier to qualify, relatively speaking, to fully underwritten products. And so people can sometimes fit better in those products than the traditional fully underwritten whole life and term products. So if all else fails, we have what's called guaranteed issue whole life insurance. Again, stick with me here because this may not be you. This is just a last-ditch effort if nothing else works. Guaranteed issue works in the sense that there's no health questions asked. You also get the advantage of premiums never going up. Neither do they cancel because of age or health, the coverage itself. The biggest downside, there's just no natural death coverage for 2 years, although you do get accidental death from the first day. And coverage maximums are lower at $25,000, but you can purchase more coverage by stacking multiple policies to get more. But here's the thing, this is the trump card option, okay? And what I mean by that is if that everything else fails, this is our last-ditch effort. I don't want to impose upon you thinking that this is the only option you have, and it's just not. It probably is a last-ditch option. Again, I can't tell you for sure, and I'm just being fully honest until I actually have a conversation with you and talk to you about what your options are for coverage. All I can say is that this is something that we look at if all else fails. So at this point, maybe you're interested in qualifying for life insurance. You have a better understanding what your options are, and you want to just kind of see what's out there because ultimately what's out there just depends upon your unique health issues and figuring out what you may qualify for. Applying is real simple. Find an agent you'd like to work with, and I'll always nominate myself. What can I say? I'm biased. And second of all, once you figure out who you want to work with, whether it's myself or someone else, let them draw a quote up for you. With me, it takes 5 or 10 minutes. I can give you an idea of what your options may potentially be based on the severity of your health issues. And then what we'll do is we'll apply over the phone if you like what you see, or over the internet, emailed application to you. A visit is very rare in requirements nowadays. And then after a couple of days or weeks, we hopefully will get your coverage approved if it is approved. And then you'll receive your policy a couple weeks later, and really that's it. It's a very simple process, very streamlined, very easy to do. Final steps, if you like the idea of qualifying for life insurance, 2 ways to do it. You can call me at 888-626-0439. Leave me a voicemail if I don't pick up. I'm fielding phone calls all day. Or you can go to my website, send me a message, the contact box at the top or at the bottom of the page, and that's at buylifeinsuranceforburial.com. Leave a comment below on this video if you liked it. Thumbs it up if you did as well. And make sure you subscribe if you want more information like this. I do hope you enjoyed this video. My name is David Duford at buylifeinsuranceforburial.com. Thanks for listening. See ya.